I can help.
How?
It just so happens that I spend my summers beside the world-famous Alain Ducasse.
Well, is there anything you could teach me to make in one day?
Sure, Coq Au Vin is almost foolproof.
I love coca.
No, Coq is French for chicken. Hence, Coq Au Vin is chicken with wine. I can't drink wine. You know what? I just thought of something even easier. Poulet la Moutarde.
Hey, I ain't eating no retarded poodle.
No, poulet is French for chicken.
Coke is French for chicken. Poulet is French for chicken. Is everything in French chicken?
Well, it sure looked that way when we invaded Iraq. Come on, people. Pick up a newspaper.
What's going on, everybody? Today I'll be showing you how to make mustard chicken. Like my man Franklin says, it's pretty easy to make. Just remember,
You're not the chicken. He is.
this meal takes about 10 minutes actual cooking time, but has a lot of prep. So if you're feeling ambitious, this recipe will be easy execution-wise and rewarding time-wise. We'll need to start with butchering our chicken. If you don't really feel like doing this, you could totally just buy a pack of skin-on chicken thighs or skin-on split chicken breasts and skip to the timestamp on the screen. Now, those of you who are committed to butchery, let us begin. I chose a relatively small bird, about 4 pounds. I don't really go for huge chickens. 4 pounds is my sweet spot. Anything much bigger than 6 pounds, I feel like you have a suspect chicken. First, you want to remove the wishbone. You need to remove the wishbone in order to separate the breasts from the rib cage. I use my finger to feel for the bone through the flesh, and then use the tip of my knife to cut on either side of the wishbone to reveal it. Like you see here, I'll then continue to use the tip of my knife to free the bone. Then I kind of lift up on it and twist it a bit, ideally without breaking it, but it's all good. The bone comes out, and there we have it. The wishbone is removed. Removing the wings is easy. Take your knife and cut through the skin, and then using your hands, simply bend the joint out and cut out the white joint. I mean, I love this knife, but
you don't need to go out and spend $200-300 on a Japanese knife.
you really don't. Once both wings are removed, we'll move to halving the chicken. Wings done. Now, butchery is about feel. So here I am using my finger to feel for the keel bone. I then make cuts on either side of the keel bone to remove the white meat from the breastplate and the rib cage. I'm going to use the tip of my knife to kind of follow that natural contour, that natural line to help in removing the white meat. You don't really need a knife for this, but yeah, I like using my knife. Now that it's removed, we're going to now pop the thigh bone out of its joint. And then we're going to use the knife to cut behind that thigh bone joint. There you have it. We have now halved the chicken. We did it. Lay your drumsticks and then move on to the Michelin star preparation, which is boning out the chicken. It's completely optional, but I like it because it makes this dish a little bit more sophisticated. And so here I am feeling for the bone again, or the joint rather. I'm then going to cut through that joint with my knife.
Perfect.
You really shouldn't feel any resistance for that. If you are, you're probably cutting through bone. Next, I'm going to go through and bone out the chicken thigh. Once again, this step is optional. You don't have to bone out the chicken thigh or even remove the dark meat, or excuse me, the drumstick. It just makes the dish easier to eat and makes it really fancy. It was Nurse's Day. I wanted to make something nice for my wife, so I went the extra mile. I like to use the back side of my knife to kind of scrape the meat away from the bone. Okay, there we have it. The thigh bone is removed. And boom, we did it. We have boned out a half a chicken. Optional step of removing the tenderloin just by pulling it away. You want to season the chicken liberally with salt on both sides. Don't let the quick cuts fool you. This chicken was well seasoned. Salt works wonders on meat because it's a desiccant, tenderizing, concentrating flavors, and drying all at the same time. After seasoning, pop these bad boys in the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours. Well, all that free time, I decided to catch up on Top Chef, just to see one of my favorite chefs get eliminated.
Oh, see, that's class, baby. That's class. That's how you lead. You might be able to come back, baby. You might be able to come back.
In an ideal world, you would do all the butchery and seasoning the night before. Place the chicken on a rack, if you have one, a tray is fine, and cure the cuts in the fridge overnight for the ultimate crispy skin. 2 hours chilling is fine. The chicken skin won't be glass-like like with an overnight cure, but it will still be delicious and evenly browned. I use paper towels to remove excess surface moisture drowned out by the salt before I move to searing. If the surface is wet, then the browning will be uneven and the temperature of the pan will drop, which is bad because you want the hot pan surface to remain hot in order to sear the chicken skin properly. If the temperature of the pan drops quickly, then you'll crank the heat up to recover. You'll in turn create hot spots in the pan, and a blotchy chicken skin will be the result. Perhaps I'll make a video on how to quickly dry out chicken skin in the future. Preheat the oven to 500 and bring out your largest cast iron or carbon steel pan. Once again, this chicken is about 4 pounds, and this skillet is about 11 inches, and it barely fits, so keep that in mind. Add a little bit of oil and set it over high heat. You want to get this pan pretty hot to where you see the oil actually start to smoke just a little bit. Add your chicken skin side down and sear hard. Hard means that I'm keeping the heat around high to medium high. And what I'm looking for is like a golden edge around the chicken. While the chicken is searing, do a dry fit of your weights and see if they'll actually fit in the pan. Hopefully your weights don't slosh around like mine do, but don't worry. With persistence, you can get anything to sit still. Oh, here we go. Okay, now that the dry fit's out the way, we're actually gonna move to baking this chicken. So here I am preparing my oven. I'm actually going to place the chicken on the floor of the oven, not the bottom rack, but the actual floor of the oven. Here I am adding my weights. Once again, this is a very hot oven. You want to make sure you're using gloves and being mindful because you could burn yourself. Once everything's situated, we're actually going to close that door, set a timer for 10 minutes, and we'll come back and check on our chicken. Now, if everything went right, the temperature should be around like 165, 175 on the thighs, and 160 on the white meat. Close enough. So, chicken is cooked. We're done. We're good. So let's go ahead and flip these puppies and see what that skin looking like. Oh my. Let's see what number 2 look like. How you like me now? Just know, with hard work and dedication, even you can get chicken skin that looks this good. No, I'm kidding. This is a result of pressure and a continuously hot pan. Now that the glamour shot is out of the way, let's move to plating. And so here I am putting down some lettuce to build my salad. I decided to go with salad to plate with my chicken. You can plate it with whatever chicken you like. You can use roasted potatoes. You can make a pasta. Whatever suits your fancy of that night. I just like the salad because it goes well with the mustard vinaigrette. Speaking of mustard vinaigrette, it's a 1:1:1:1 of honey mustard. Mustard, Dijon mustard, honey, oil, and vinegar. I think it's a 1:1:1:1:1. Anyway, My wife likes it on the sweeter side, so I added a little bit more honey. So you can make it to whatever taste you like. So I'm gonna dress the salad with the vinaigrette, and then add some pecans. Brushing the chicken skin with the vinaigrette does make it uncrispy, but you know, it is what it is. If you had chilled it overnight, then you could get a more resilient chicken skin. But since this is 2 hours, you're not gonna have that here. All right, so add a cilantro, and then that's it. That's the plate. Mustard chicken. So if you guys liked it, drop a comment, subscribe, hit that bell, add a like. It's much appreciated. I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.